Hello and welcome to Team B's SC Discus LibGuide. Team B's LibGuide creators were Jennifer Fuller, Sarah Hall, Ashley Brooke Hagler, Shelley Hartley, Catherine Hoskins, Greer Kelly, Maggie Kelly, Erica McCall, and Amber McCoy. Amber McCoy was also Team B's team representative. The creators of the 3 instructional videos were Shelley Hartley, Erica McCall, and Jennifer Fuller. The editor of the oral report was Greer Kelly, with each team member contributing to the report. The members of the selection criteria team included Catherine Hoskins, Amber McCoy, and Maggie Kelly. The Pathfinder team included Amber McCoy, Maggie Kelly, and Sarah Hall. And the LibGuide creation team included Ashley Brooke Hagler, Catherine Hoskins, and Sarah Hall. The editors of the final end project were Greer Kelly and Ashley Brooke Hagler.
We decided to create our LibGuides specifically for elementary school students, to teach them about Discus, the resources that are available there, and in particular how to use those resources. We chose Discus because we feel that it's important for young students to begin building a strong foundation of research skills, and that begins with using quality, accurate, and up-to-date information. Plus, Discus is free for everyone who lives in South Carolina. We provided short lists of appropriate databases for each subject area so that it wouldn't be overwhelming for them. And then instructional videos would be helpful for students and parents and teachers. So we included Animal Kingdom, Tumble Books, and biography and context instructional videos. We also thought that it would be important for students to be able to use the Smart Search Kids feature so that they could search across all databases at one time. So we hope that this LibGuide is going to be helpful for students in years to come.
The target audience for our LibGuide is elementary age students. We chose Discus Virtual Library since all students, teachers, and South Carolina residents have free access to its many age-appropriate digital resources and databases.
Please note the Instructional Videos tab to the right. Under this tab, you will find 3 in-depth instructional videos on 3 of the amazing resources that Discus has to offer: Animal Kingdom, Tumble Books, and Biography and Context. Animal Kingdom is exactly what you might think. It gives you a plethora of information about animals, excellent graphics, vocabulary, videos, and more. Tumble Books is an online story resource. It is like having a library right in your pocket. From nonfiction text to graphic novels, there's something for everyone to read on this amazing website. Biography and Context is an excellent resource for students and teachers alike, whether they're researching their favorite hero or looking for information for a research report on the presidents. This is the website for them. This tab gives about 5-minute videos and will help make navigating these websites much easier for the users.
It was decided to focus solely on databases provided within the Discus site due to the selection criteria provided by Discus on the About Us page of the website. This included free of charge accessibility for South Carolina users, high quality of database content, currency of database contents, ease of navigation, and safe and educational nature of search results. Within the Discus collection, the following criteria were used to select specific databases for the creation of the pathfinders provided on the LibGuide: appropriateness of the content for elementary age learners, relevance to one of the 3 following research topics: general reference, science and social studies, or language arts and biographies, credibility of the publisher, quality and relevance of search results. Based on this criteria, the following databases were selected as pathfinders: Britannica Elementary, Brain Pop Jr., Kids Info Bits for general reference, DK Eyewitness, Culturegrams, Study SC, and Animal Kingdom for science and social studies, Tumble Books, Novelist, Biography and Context for language arts, and biographies, all of which can be found by accessing the Discus Kids tab.
Hey guys, welcome to our SC Discus LibGuide. As you know, Discus provides access to many subscription databases, 43 to be exact. So we have curated some of the best resources you can find on Discus that are appropriate for elementary school students. Here are the services you can find in this LibGuide. First, on the home page, we have an overview of Discus, including a list of some of the types of resources, followed by a link to all of its resources. Then, we've outlined the 4 ways that you can navigate Discus. Next, we have selected the best resources for the following subject areas: science and social studies, literature and biographies, and general resources. We've also included short 5-minute videos on how to search some of these databases, which you can find here under instructional videos. Finally, we have provided a short 3-step process for using the Smart Search feature on Discus. We hope you find this LibGuide helpful. Thank you.
During development of our site, we had several benefits in mind. Primarily, students will be aware of the resources available to them through Discus, and they will be able to use our LibGuide to learn how to navigate Discus and find information. It introduces students to credible databases as a way to do research rather than depending solely on a Google search. Now I'll address some specific benefits by looking at our other tabs. The Discus site itself is easy to use, and there are several different database entry points. On our Navigating tab, these entry points are all explained. Our instructions are written clearly and simply for the younger audience. The detailed screenshots on this tab and the database descriptions on our 3 resource tabs will help students choose the best database. With our pathfinders located here, teachers can also use the descriptions of the selected resources to quickly decide the most appropriate database. Users can watch the instructional videos to learn more about a selected resource. The Smart Search Kids tab is also helpful because it provides screenshots to simplify the search process and encourage students to use this resource. Overall, our LibGuide can be used as a tool to teach information literacy and to reach students for research instruction, even when they are not in the media center. Students can use the resources we've selected to find educational material and practice research skills.
While there are many benefits to Discus, our team discovered a few limitations. This LibGuide will only be beneficial to students who have access to Discus. If students are not South Carolina residents, they do not have access to Discus. However, they may have access to some of the databases mentioned in this LibGuide. Discus provides many resources that were not covered in our LibGuide. Because our focus was elementary students, this LibGuide does not include resources dedicated to students in the upper grades. Navigation could also be an issue for students, especially younger students. Computer and technological inexperience among elementary school patrons could be an issue, and students may still struggle when navigating Discus even with this program. Because students have access to Discus at home, they may have difficulty accessing the site and its resources. If students were using Discus at school, navigation questions could be easily answered by the media specialist.
Team B's creation of a useful LibGuide site showcasing Discus was enlightening for all of its members. Many of us were already accustomed to accessing Discus professionally at work with our students, and some of us have used Discus resources as students ourselves. But learning about Discus as it can be used for elementary school-aged children and transmitting that knowledge through digital technology was new for all of us. Learning Construct a LibGuide site was to essentially deconstruct what seems to be a fairly simple exercise, explaining a website or database to another person. We had to examine the 3 sources we chose to use in detail to be able to fully explain each point. We had to slow ourselves down, step back, and not assume that our target audience knew anything about the sites we offered them. This is not always an easy thing to do, since having grown up accessing the internet on computers is innate to most of our team. Reflecting on the specific actions one must take to use a database library is a lesson in patience. Once our team members broke down each database they wished to present and compiled a video screenshot of it, the next task was organizing the information, the blocks of video, the pathways, the bibliographic citations, into a cohesive form. While we were all impressed with what Discus has to offer, we realized that there are drawbacks to presenting it in our LibGuide, since it will only be useful for residents of South Carolina. We could not actually show students how to log into Discus since it is not permitted to publish the password on the internet. Since our LibGuide is focused on the elementary level, it does not include many resources that older students would find beneficial. However, we are satisfied that our target audience can find useful and entertaining information. Furthermore, we can be sure that educators or parents who help their students to use Discus will find information that they can tailor to the learning level and interests of their charges. As examples, Tumble Books has both nonfiction and fiction books to access in more than one language, while Animal Kingdom has options to choose both the level of detail and reading comprehension, useful features for students who are off-level or are English language learners. As future professional librarians, using up-to-date tools like Screencast-O-Matic and LibGuide helps us to fulfill one of the foundational philosophies of librarianship, that of transmitting existing information.